Hi guys, I'm Brooke and this is Pippa, and if you don't know us already, we travel full-time out of the back of my Honda CRV, and we have been on the road now for a year and a half. We're coming up on 2 years, and today we're going to show you what we did going from Durango to Denver. Denver is where my storage unit is, and I just wanted to talk you through this vlog because I have a lot of random clips, and then we'll go back to normal vlogging after that. So the way I like to go to Denver from Durango is to actually stop over in Divide, Colorado. If you don't know where Divide is, that's okay. It's about 30 minutes outside of Colorado Springs, but it's super high in elevation. Mueller State Park is also there, so it's a really nice place to stop over. There's some free camping right there, and even though the cell phone service isn't great, so I usually can't stay there for super long, it's great for like a couple nights just to break up the trip and everything like that. So one of my favorite passes is to go through Pagosa Springs and go over Wolf Creek Pass. I'm going to show you coming down into Pagosa Springs, so we're technically not going in the right direction, but this pass is one of my favorite ones to drive over. The video definitely doesn't do it justice. It is so gorgeous and so beautiful and breathtaking. Usually when I do this drive, I pull off at the top and eat my lunch, let Pippa out, everything like that, because it's usually super cool up there. The last time I was up there, it was literally snowing. It's just one of my favorites. And then when you come down over the pass, if you're going towards Colorado Springs, when you come down into the little town of, I believe it's South Fork, there is a gorgeous river that runs right next to the highway, and you can pull off, and Pippa and I have pulled off many times over the summer to cool off and just put our feet in the river. It's so beautiful. There is no video that I could take that would do it justice. It's just a route you have to drive at some point. You just need to do yourself a favor and drive that route back and forth. It is a gorgeous drive. So when I got to Divide, I immediately just went to my campsite and hung out and went to bed. We woke up on June 1st. I know that you guys are seeing this kind of late, but we woke up on June 1st to snow, which I thought was so wild, but we were high enough in elevation that it actually snowed, and we got to see one last snow of the season, hopefully. Happy June 1st, I guess. I was predicting snow in September. We've never done snow on June 1st. It's really pretty though. We only stayed up in Divide for 2 days. Like I said before, I don't have great cell phone service up there, so it's really hard for me to edit and upload videos and do almost anything for my job. I don't mind being without cell phone service, especially when I'm so close to town like that. But at the same time, there's only so much you can do without cell phone service before I have to log in and be online for my job and to be able to upload videos and answer emails and all of that stuff. So it just gets a little rough to stay there for the full 14 days. So I definitely don't. It's just more of a stopover for me at this point, but I will always stop there. I've always felt safe there. I don't have a problem being there. I just hate sitting without cell phone service for days on end. Leaving Divide was super cool on this day. I had went and got my parks pass at Mueller State Park. I get an annual pass for Colorado because I do use a lot of the Colorado state parks throughout the summer to either drop my trash, fill up my water, etc. And instead of paying $9 a day to get into the day park, I just purchased the annual pass for $80 because you literally only have to go 9 times then to pay for it. And also there is an off-leash dog park in the Denver area. It's called Cherry Creek State Park Dog Park. And it is this huge, massive off-leash dog park that I've gone to with Pippa so many times, and it is the most fun. If you've never been there, you should definitely go. But it also, that pass gets you into the dog park, even though you do have to, I think, pay for another $3 registration or some sort of fee to have a pass for your dog. But I choose to get the Colorado State Parks pass because I use it the most. I also usually get the South Dakota pass, but we haven't been to South Dakota yet this year, so I will get that when I go there. But those are the 2 park passes I normally get. When I was driving out of Divide though, we were above the clouds and drove through it, so I took this clip. It was super cool to be able to drive down through Divide into Woodland Springs. That's where their Walmart and all the restaurants and everything like that are, so it's super close to be able to do all of that. But it's really cool to go through the cloud layer and then come out on the other side, so I figured I'd take that video for you guys. So we popped down to Denver. Obviously there's hundreds of storage units in Denver. I'm not gonna say exactly which part of Denver my storage unit is in. I have a really small storage unit. I think mine's a 4x5 or a 5x5. So we went down there with the intention of putting a seat back in the front seat. So I know you guys have seen it in some of my videos. I haven't caught you guys up yet, but I was really missing my front seat, my passenger seat, after I took it out to fit my fridge, and I really wanted to put a seat back in and just see how that was going to go. So as you can see in my storage unit, I have both of my back seats still. I have my old bed platform, my backpack that has all of my like extra shoes and like Pippa stuff in there, and then I have my portable toilet, I have some extra brake pads, and then I have my storage box that I've talked about before that just is all memory stuff. There's really nothing valuable that I leave in there, but it's literally all things from like my childhood or my grandparents, or like sentimental things that I want to keep that are mine, but I don't want them in the car all the time in case, I don't know, something ever happened to them. So my initial plan was to actually put the big back seat in and put it up front to make it kind of like a bench seat for Pippa, but it didn't fit by like 1 inch and it was so frustrating. So I just actually put the smaller back seat in there, and I know I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of comments about that because it's not the correct seat and blah blah blah, but if you remember, I've been driving around without a seat there, so it doesn't really matter at this point. I figured I would try everything out without the fridge for a while, and then if it got super annoying and I wanted the fridge back, I could literally just go back and get it. I didn't get rid of it. It's still working. It's just sitting in my storage unit. So now you can see in the back, instead of just where my fridge was, my bed is pulled all the way back to the back of the car, which is how it was before. And then I just have this little cooler backpack that I've been using with ice. It's annoying, but it's working, and it's working just fine. And then I actually put my green cooler that has all my dry goods. I put it up front, and it's kind of like my little console in the middle because it does have some extra cup holders. And then I have that back seat. It folds all the way forward, which is super nice because I can actually access everything now that's underneath my bed in kind of that gray area. Beforehand, when my bed was pulled all the way forward, I technically had more space, but it was harder for me to access because I didn't have like a hinge on my bed or anything to be able to pull open and get everything that was underneath my bed. And it wasn't working well. I like that I can just pull that seat forward and get to everything that I need to get to and then put it back. And then I keep just like my shoes and my picnic blanket. I keep that up front. And then I have the seat kind of pushed back so it holds my bed in place. And then it also makes it kind of a ramp so Pippa can get into her bed and she can jump back and forth. Her zip line still works just fine, so she can either stay in the back and look out the window, or she can come up front and still be buckled in. And then I just have her cooling mat that I am storing underneath her bed. We haven't had to pull it out yet. It hasn't been hot enough for us to pull it out yet. And then I just bought this, like, I think this was a $10 dog bed. It was like a rectangle dog bed from Walmart that fit the seat perfectly, so it's nice and fluffy, so she can actually sleep up there now most of the time. She does still sleep with me. I know a lot of people like want Pippa to sleep with me, but we do fit in the bed together. It's just a little rough, but especially in the summer when the nights are a little hotter than, you know, like 30-degree nights in the winter. She likes to have her own space. She likes to be able to spread out and just sleep on her own so she doesn't get too hot. And then I have her blankets up here so she can just cuddle up. So I've had the front seat back in for 2 weeks now, a little over 2 weeks now. I can't see myself taking it back out again. I just like the way everything feels. I like having my little office back up here. I like that my front seat stays clear instead of Pippa having to sleep in the front seat. It makes things easier for her to jump back and forth. She can obviously sit in the back like she normally does. I think if I had a different bed build, I would be fine with the seat being out. I don't have like friends or family that I can park on their land or something for a while and like use power tools and do like a proper build. I've had to do all of this while I already lived on the road, and so I just don't have like the resources right now to make like a different bed build that would accommodate like having like an opening cabinet or something in the front to have that seat out. And so if you are considering it, just try everything out before you get rid of your seats, or keep them in storage like I did so you can just pop it back in. And then immediately after I did everything at my storage unit, I took some other stuff out. Like I kind of just cleaned out all my little bins and stuff and swapped some things out. So we actually just headed on out to our next spot, and you guys will see next week where we ended up. And I know this was kind of a short vlog and a lot of talky vlog, but it was kind of just like a short stopover, but I figured I had to explain the seat and everything. But I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.